good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon, and a very wonderful welcome to all of you listening and watching from wherever in the world. My name is B-Wall. This, as usual, is the Neutral Zone. I want to hope that you're having yourselves a brilliant week. We're coming to the end of the week, and hopefully it's been successful. It's the end of the week, but the beginning of the month, so maybe there's some kaching in your pocket. You have some change, some loose change. Make some time and pass by the gardens, Nigeria. Spend that money, get yourself a decent meal, have a lovely drink, and meet some fine people. And speaking of meeting fine people, this weekend, big things are going down at Nigeria Gardens. By the time you watch this podcast, we shall be recovering from the shenanigans of Friday night, right? So Friday, there's a lot of old school that happens here. Fall in and be a part of the party with the almost famous DJs. And this Saturday, the 4th floor. And by 4th floor, those who know, remember that in this life, when you're climbing stairs, the 4th floor is normally one of the toughest to get to, but the most enjoyable. So this weekend, the 4th floor folks are going to be enjoying here at the Gardens, Nigeria. Once again, welcome to the show. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you are happy and fantabulous. This, as always, is the Neutral Zone. And my name is B-Wall. I've got some people I'm with, the guys that I normally chill with. We are short by one person who has left the country. I don't know why you guys love leaving the country. This lady here left the country last week. Now Paul has left the country.
I'm back.
Yeah, so but before I go to them, just a quick reminder, check us out on YouTube. If you have some time, look for the Neutral Zone, but also look for Forever Media TV. Those are our very, very gracious hosts. Forever Media TV across all platforms. Give them a like, share their content, and we'll be good to go. Today on me, I've got this very lovely Junior Gazelles hat. Very beautiful. Awesome.
Very nice.
I'm a big supporter of Ugandan basketball, and this is, my attempt to support them. I have on me a t-shirt that is very special because it was designed by my mom and made by my sister. So yeah, they're fashion designers. My mom is called Doris. My sister is called Doris. So this is Doris Designs. That's what they call it. Yeah, I thought I would debut it on the show. And I have some simple, easy, I don't know whether they call them skinny jeans or whatever, and some fine shoes as usual, plus my happy socks as always. And so the two people who are next to me will introduce themselves and tell us why they insist on jerseys. Starting with AJ.
We are representing. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Neutral Zone. Follow, like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever.
Yeah.
Your people, like you said. Yeah. Anyway, me, I am wearing a Liverpool jersey.
Yeah. It looks fresh.
New
balance.
Does it though? Anyway,
yeah.
I'm wearing a Liverpool jersey because I'm a Liverpool fan. I think a lot of people call me Sandra. Like, if you're referring to me, they'll be like, "Oh, Sandra, the Liverpool chick."
Yeah.
Sandra,
Liverpool is having a good time.
Yeah, they're
in Europe. I saw Salah having a blast.
Exactly.
Let us see what comes out after the international break.
Let us see, but it's not going to be any different. Wins. We are not getting used to those things. But,
okay.
Anyway, that's it.
Great.
Dexter, tell us.
Yeah, I'm Dexter. I wanted to
Dexter
change my
DJ.
name. The DJ of sports, of course. I'm putting on some champions, 17 times
current
champions,
record champions,
17 times.
17 times,
absolutely.
And I'm putting on, this is a special shirt given to a player we are going to talk about.
Oh, really?
Today.
Yes, fantastic.
If I could turn.
Yes.
Shirt 20.
To which camera? To the other camera.
Any camera.
Shirt 20. Yes.
That is the name.
Legendary.
Legendary.
Yeah.
That's all.
Great. Let's start by running down how was your week. AJ, how was your week? Sporting wise.
The week was eventful. I'm not going to. I had a blast.
Yeah.
People lost over the weekend.
Unnecessary addition, but go on.
Yes. Man United lost
twice. Jesus Christ.
Of course. I'm very, very, very happy. Liverpool won.
Yeah.
Twice. Really, what else can I ask for?
So it was a beautiful weekend
but
for
overall, the Champions League was my highlight. people were upset. Bayern Munich was upset by Aston Villa. Real Madrid by Lille.
Oh yeah, that was a beautiful game. That was a very, very beautiful game.
And with the way these fixtures are set up, we are going to
There's
get
a shocker
more
every week.
Shocker, blockbuster games. Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's going to be a very beautiful ride.
Dexter, how was your week?
The week was, of course, not so good.
We
shall not go there. But
no, but you tell the viewers why your week was not good. Tell them.
We lost everything. We lost in everything.
SC Villa lost. Man United lost.
We didn't lose.
Yeah.
We won. The other week, we've taken some time. We beat Bull. So that is a win.
Okay, that's what I wanted to clarify.
Going international. That Sunday game.
Yeah.
We are not supposed to lose.
Yeah. Spurs, I mean, come on.
It couldn't, like.
Yeah.
But anyway, football.
It's not that you are not supposed. The better team won, and
to be fair,
the better.
You know what? We're going to get into that discussion, yeah. But first, I wanted us to, and it's good you wore that jersey there.
Yeah.
I wanted you preempt the conversation. We have some good news for football lovers in Uganda. There's a guy called Travis Mutyaba who's very, very brilliant. He's a skillful fella. He's very. He has finesse on the ball, and he's brilliant. He's probably one of the finest young prospects. I use the word young loosely because you know how Africa is. You know how we operate, But he's a very fine young prospect, and he has joined 6-time French league champions, Bordeaux. On a three-year basis as a free agent. He's been out of a job. I think he's been unemployed for a while since he left Zamalek in Egypt. But now he's joined these guys, and the hope is that he will graduate and grow, and kind of go further. Now, for those who don't know, Bordeaux is a very legendary team in the French league. They're very big names that have come from that team. People like Zidane played for Bordeaux. Dugarry played for Bordeaux. Right now, there's a guy in Barcelona who actually, Jules Koundé. Koundé played for Bordeaux. Even Chouameni at Madrid played for Bordeaux. So they have some really good names. The question that I want to pose to you guys is this looks like good news, but in the sum of all things, it's not the top tier of the French league. It's the second tier, and one might say, why don't we have any Ugandan player who has played, for example, in the top leagues in Europe, with the exception of Sekagya, Ibra Sekagya, who played at Red Bull? And why don't we have Uganda? Are we not that good? Where's the problem?
I don't think we are not good. Actually, Uganda has the vast. Let me use the word vast. We have talent, a lot of talent.
Yeah.
So it is about our background. Trust me, if you are a player at Express, and you're talented, then you get this deal giving you 45k per month. I'm speaking in dollars, not Uganda savings.
That's some good money. That's some good money.
Given the taxes paid, everything paid, you get your money, and you've been getting 500 per month, 500k Uganda shillings, Uganda per month. So
it can mess with your mind.
It messes them up. And if not handled well, if they don't go through that, you get guidance from the rich guys in the sports. They like Travis now should be guided by the Onyangos of this world, the Ibrahims of this world. If he doesn't get guided, they didn't disclose the amount because I know it.
Obviously, but it's for his own good.
Yeah, it's for his own good. But I think he's going to be some player to watch. He's going to do some good things. Already they have put him on the first team straight away.
He's that good. He's
going to be playing with a former English player. Forgotten the name. Is a forward. Called something.
But he's a real good prospect.
He's a real good prospect, and we may see him in the top tier League One.
Eventually. That would be good. But I need. There's an example from the 90s. There was a guy called Ibra Sekagya, who was a very lethal player back in the 90s, about 95, 96. There was a proposed move where Sekagya was supposed to join Liverpool, right? Now, what happened was, the paperwork was being done, but the people who actually fought against the move were Ugandans. First of all, they were saying he needed to, to kind of make his way into the cranes, the national team. And they said he needed to be in the country for him to do that. And then secondly, I'm not going to name any names, but there were individuals who fought hard to make sure that he doesn't make it, because their worry was that he's going to get the money and forget them. I know you guys have had stories of Ugandans, and not just in football, in so many instances in life, where they are like your own brother, right? Like somebody hides a passport, you know, or like what's wrong with Ugandans? Watch the Twagaliza. What's wrong with us?
I can't really speak on that, but I'm going to add on what you asked, like why
don't we make it that far?
Why don't we make it that far? I think mainly I'm going to say it's an issue of exposure.
Exposure.
Yes.
Okay.
With these other players, African players that you hear that are making it big in other big leagues, they're mostly North Africans or West Africans. And why? Because I'm going to give an example. Like when we get to that big stage of we are now playing the AFCON. How do those teams do? Because that is the biggest stage for us Africans. There is no bigger stage than AFCON for Africans. And most of the trophies are where? In the North and in the West, right? So I'm going to say it's mainly a problem of exposure. Because now when people are looking at, there's an African tournament going on, let's see if they're we can scout out some players, some good young players, and Uganda is not there, or when they're there, we are dropping out in the early stages. As in, the last time we made it to was it the final? And we didn't even win.
That
it was in 70 something.
Look,
so I guess it's a problem. For me, it's a problem of exposure. Really.
Zeroing back on the issue of sabotage or whatever. Again, with this Sekatawa guy in the mid-90s, when he went for trials at Liverpool, in that short spell when he was doing his trials, this guy outscored Ian Rush in that short spell, and they said this is a very good prospect. So they said, you go back to UG, let's chase the paperwork. Guys here said he needed to play for Express. He has to play for Express, right? Whether he likes it or he doesn't. And I feel like sometimes we are self-sabotaging, but also the other thing, and this is something, Dexter, you probably have noticed, that very many of our young talents, when they come of age, they're ill-advised. Somebody goes to, I don't know, Vietnam or, Turkey, Nepal or Turkey, or not to disrespect these countries, but if you're going to make it big in Europe, you have to be recognized in Europe. Like in some of, go to the French league. Even if it's a second tier, but be in France, right?
Be in France, even if it's a fourth tier.
Yes. But if you go and hide yourself away,
Italy,
I don't know,
Italy,
in some random country, Vietnam,
Peru,
who's going to see you? Like the only time we see those teams is when we are doing sports betting,
Exactly, that's my.
First of all, AJ, because you understand the concept of exposure, right? How do you think Ugandan footballers can be exposed?
First of all, when you are self-aware and you realize that I have the talent for it, and the people around you realize, maybe family, and you have supportive people that you have the talent. They are like you said, start from where the football is actually a very strong thing. People are not just playing because it's for fun or whatnot. You get it's a business. People are investing heavily. Start from there. Now I know there are some academies, training camps and whatnot. If you can afford to,
you have to. And
if your club, your support system sees that, you can. Because there's last time I was reading a story of man, I think when the documentary was released, and he left with only a shirt on his back. And he's like, I am going to make it. But I'm not going to make it in Senegal, right? And he left and he went to, where did he go to?
Who was it,
Sadio Mane.
And
he went to, I think it was Italy. And he's like, yes, this is what I'm to make it. I have to make it. He only had an agent. Paid, and I think you have to also have someone to believe in you.
You need someone
to invest
in an agent.
Invest in because it's a hard thing.
To make
having
it by
talent
yourself
and having the support, they are two different things.
Absolutely,
you may have your talent,
but you don't have the support.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
I think one of the things that you guys, there was a time in 2005, I think, or thereabout. Mike Mutyaba was supposed to have made it to Fulham. And Mike Mutyaba was actually the good embodiment of exposure because he had played in the kids league. You remember the KKL? And he was a very, very big, and he played in so many, he played in Tivoli, he played in the Gothia Cup, he played in Denmark. So he had kind of been exposed.
And there are also those tryouts. Are they called tryouts?
Yeah,
where
club just opens open tryouts and
open
whatever.
Tryouts.
Look out for them.
Like look out for those things. Go to those things. You may not like do well, but put yourself out there. That's the only way.
And I think also finally yourself. For me, for a Ugandan sports person, if you want to get exposed, get online.
Be online.
You know, for me, this is the one thing that
this is a time.
Exactly, you have the opportunity of the internet right there.
Yeah.
You are doing all these wonderful things on the pitch, but the world doesn't know you.
Yeah.
You're lucky that you exist in a time where you can go on TikTok and some rich person in Russia will see your stuff and get impressed and say, you know what, I want to invest in this dude. But our Ugandan sportsmen and sportswomen, they don't, and none of them is online.
Yeah.
Like you don't know a big sports person online. So for me, I think that is the cheapest route to exposure without spending too much money. Be online, show people your skills, your body.
Also, the last thing,
you know, yes,
people have to go to school.
Musome
sports personality.
Musome sabana. Yes, no, that's very, very true.
Yeah.
And where I talked about that is now bring us to the second thing I wanted us to talk about. You guys remember Dikembe Mutombo, right? Who God rest his soul. He passed on very, very recently. One of the greatest, shot blockers of all time. And I think for people who want a bit of context, the reason why Michael Jordan, for example, had a very tough career with certain defenders, Mutombo was one of those people who made his life hell.
Yeah.
Right? One of those people who made his life hell.
Yeah.
And the thing about Mutombo, why he's widely talked about as a very wonderful person, is he was a good sportsman but a brilliant human being. He was a huge humanitarian, right? So his death shocked so many people. He played for so many teams. He played for the Hawks, he played for the Rockets, he played for the Philadelphia 76ers, he played for the New York Jets, he played for so many teams. But I want to ask you guys a question. Which sports person's death shocked you? Like, if you look back in history, you received this news, and either you kind of sat down and took a breath, or you just could not bring yourself to understand or believe that this person has died. I have about 2 or 3. One of them obviously was Kobe, right? For us as basketball fans.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, why would the guy die? You know, some people really shouldn't be dying. One was Kobe. The other was, and I was telling AJ about it earlier, Mark Vivian Foy. Mark Vivian Foy, we used to adore him back in the day. Those days, we used to have, newspaper cutouts and stuff like that. And the guy died on the pitch, like on the pitch of football, right? That's the second death that kind of shocked me. The third, for me, that kind of comes to mind was and this one maybe because it didn't really shock me so much, but I revered him, was George Best. For me, I felt touched in some way because I had gotten in too deep with United and English football and all these things, and Dexter, 1, 2 or 3 sportsmen, to me, or sportswomen.
I'll go with Abel Daida. It was a shock to me. It was because that was a time I was so deep, starting to get into Ugandan football. And I'm watching these people play like on the pitch. The guy could make saves like
for me. That's the one guy who would threaten Onyango.
He's the only guy.
That's the only guy. He was a brilliant shot stopper.
He was very good in what he was doing. But that's life.
Life happens.
And I'll go with a coach. Coach Kajova. Fred Kajova.
Yes.
Former Vipers.
Fred Kajova.
Goalkeeping coach. Prince goalkeeping coach. He just passed on last year.
God rest his soul.
It was surprising because actually the previous day he had a last training. He had a game the next day. So he was like, I'm not feeling well. Let me first go back.
But so I'm just imagining how the club how players feel, like how do you even go on the field and play?
They didn't play that one. They had to, of course, postpone it. But
that was tough.
It was shocking news to everyone in Ugandan football and Rwanda, because by then he was in Rwanda.
AJ.
Now, for her, I don't know, you guys will probably call me a psycho, but death doesn't really shock me that.
Okay. No, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay.
So the surprising ones, I think, would be Kobe.
Kobe, yeah.
Yeah, that
He was so full of life.
It shocked everyone. He looked like he was so full of life, like he seemed immortal even. So that was shocking. Also, the owner of Leicester, when the one who died in a helicopter crash, that was sad. Yeah, that was actually, for me, it was really sad. That's when I was like, okay, man, this is kind of sad. It did shock me that someone had died,
but you were sad.
Yeah, it was so sad. But death happens. Rest in peace to them.
I think for me, when sportsmen or sportswomen are going about their careers or whatever, one of the things they have to do, and this is something now we learn from Mutombo, that you have to leave a legacy that people can remember. You need to do something. What you did on the field of sport, or a pitch or a court, it's good. It's good, but can outside of that, that can be outside of the pitch. Humanitarian work and things like that. And I think Mutombo embodied that person very, very well. And I think that's something that all sportsmen and sportswomen need to embrace. I know that there's some Ugandan sportsmen and sportswomen who are into humanitarian activities and doing good stuff here and there, which is a very, very good thing. I want to ask you guys now another question. Obviously, when we talk about death, as Sandra said, it's not necessarily shocking. It can be sad, it can be, but two questions. First of all, if you think about in the context of Uganda, sportsmen and sportswomen who are here, how can somebody better prepare for their death, right, as a sportsman or a sportswoman, so that by the time your death comes, first of all, you're not begging around, you're not moving around asking for peanuts, but then secondly, you have a legacy. What do you think people can do here, like our sportsmen, our sportswomen, to keep their legacies alive, so that people don't forget that there was this midfielder, there was this striker, there was this athlete, there was this basketballer? What do you think they can do?
First of all, put your affairs in order. Always.
Very important. Put your affairs in order. Of course.
You seem like you have a lot of time. You're like, I'll do this at this point. I'll do this at this stage. Put your affairs in order. Whatever little resources you have, with whatever little you make sure your family is. Sometimes someone dies and then there's just so much chaos. You're like, this person surely should have.
They were rich. They were rich. Yeah, their family shouldn't be.
Exactly. Invest your money, because athletes know this. Like, you have a very short career.
Absolutely.
Probably like around 15 years.
At the most.
20 years if you're really had a good run.
You've pushed it.
So in that short time, make sure your family is set. Make a few investments here and there. Also, then don't get too pompous. Like, I know, like,
stay down to earth.
Exactly. Sometimes you're like so good you become godlike. Exactly. Like, for me, if I was an athlete, I would, as much as I'd get the arrogance that maybe I'm the best at what I'm doing and what's not. But at the end of the day, when you're gone, what are people going to look at? What are people going to remember? They're going to remember chaos in your work. Was this guy? This guy wasn't so pleasant when you meet him in person. This guy was so
Okay, so keep your affairs in order. Put your affairs in order, basically. Dexter, to stay, to transcend time, so to say.
I think as an athlete, you have to first care about yourself.
Okay.
What are you doing minus sports? Like, are you only focusing on your game, like football, for example? Because careers and Ugandan careers, they take 7 years. More than best, 7,
you're gone.
More than 7, that is like 7 seasons.
That's a really short, more than 7 seasons. So make the most of those 7 seasons.
So make sure that you gain out of those 7 seasons and put up something. Get some business.
Some business. That's smart. That's a smart idea.
Start up some, because you're a player, you had a brand. Start up something like a foundation.
Okay.
I like Andem Westboy. He built a school along Wakiso Road. And no one saw this coming, but he bought that land after the first game. I think it was around 2002. We were qualifying for something. He bought that land. Then he was telling the story, and he started building block by block. So now he has a school.
He's good.
He's now even planning to build a stadium around the school. I think as a player, you just have to do what is right.
Yeah, think outside the box as well.
Think outside the box, not staying in in your game every time. You shouldn't be there.
Yeah. So I think for those who are watching, if you have a child, if you have a relative who is into sport and whatever, one of the things we pride ourselves in is making sure that you pick some nuggets of wisdom from here. Yeah. So as a sportsman or a sportswoman, make sure you invest in your post. Like your post career, right? So that when you retire, when you kind of hang up your boots or your laces or whatever, at least you have something to fall back on. The final thing I want us to talk about very, very, and this one I want us to talk about it very briefly because it pains me, right? One is what is happening to Manchester United. Yes.
Manchester United.
Look, listen, no. Listen, two things. First of all, we're in pain. I'm a United fan. We're in pain. So let's navigate the subject with caution.
No chance.
Yeah.
Even other people have been through pain.
So,
you are not
AJ,
the first.
I know you want to go at us, huh?
Yeah.
What is happening at United and why? Why
First
us?
of all, United's problems are so many. The fans have problems. The manager has issues. The players have issues. They have the issue with the
How do they
owners
get
of the
fixed?
club.
In your opinion,
they
how
are
do they
not
get
making
fixed?
any profit.
For example,
Just no. Anyway, from the game was over the weekend.
Yeah.
The
Spurs game.
The Spurs game.
Yeah.
United players, I'm going to go specifically at the players. They just looked like they don't have any fight in them. Like, have you ever considered the goal first, and then you proceed for the next 35-40 minutes to play like as if you are the one with the lead. Like you're not tracking back to get the ball, you're not making recoveries. When they take the ball, they are going. Like, how many times did what is it called? Van der Ven, the Tottenham
the Spurs guy, Van der Ven,
How many times was he
running
along that wing
Van der Ven,
without
Pedro Porro,
anyone stopping him?
Yeah.
Getting into the box so quickly, so swiftly, they're so quick in transition. United players knew that before going into the game. Like, they looked like looked not prepared. They look like they're just in a training match, which is, and you're playing Tottenham, by the way. Because I was watching this game with someone and they said, United is going to concede 3. I'm like, United against Tottenham, concede 3? Like, I know they're probably going to lose, but it's not going to be 3. And then from the first minutes, they looked like they were going to concede 3 goals.
Absolutely. Dexter, would you fire TenHag?
No, I can't fire TenHag.
You wouldn't?
Please don't fire him.
Why not? Why not?
He needs a job.
Why would I put players' problems?
On it's a player.
It's a player.
But some people might argue that he has no identity.
I think this guy has tried to give United an identity, and every identity he brings, it is trashed by the players.
So the players aren't buying into his philosophy.
There is no way you can win a game when you have players who are not giving their all. Given yesterday's game, Man U Porto,
which we were lucky to draw. 3-3. Very.
And I think Man U is good, so far so good in the back line, though they concede. But the back line is good. That is now from there. And to add to that, our player of the month for September was Onana. Which tells you something. After conceding 7 goals in September, he was the player. And even last night, he was the player. He made some crucial that third goal that he had tried to save. He had made some very wild save. But
so it doesn't really matter.
So the defenders, you think, are doing their job?
Defenders are doing their job.
Defenders are
but then starting from the defense line, going up forward,
there's chaos.
It is.
Of course, the defense line is exposed because now these guys, the midfield is so penetrable. The attack, they're not pressing. Just no.
Okay, so I'm not even going to say anything because, as I said, I'm in pain. I'm already feeling enough of it. Listen, guys, tell us what you think. Do you think TenHag should be fired? Do you think he should be given a fresh contract of 2 or 3 more years? Do you think it's the players who are the problems? And if so, which players specifically? Would you like, I don't know, Garnacho to start ahead of Rashford? Between Zirkzee and Højlund, how do they play? Do they play together? Does one start before the other? Between Ahmad and that Brazilian boy who plays football like he's just having fun. Like, what exactly is going on? And in terms of the CDM between Maino and Casemiro and Ugarte, who starts? Who? There's a lot of confusion, right? Bruno, our captain, who's been red carded 2 games back to freaking back. Yeah, is he a captain anyway? Let us know in the comments. And apart from that, as I said, feel free to share your feedback, and let us know if you want to be a part of the show. A kind reminder again that we are at Nigeria Gardens, which is always happening every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and during the week every Tuesday. You can come here and catch some quiz. Every Wednesday is reggae catch a fire, and every Thursday it's rock music with Phil on the decks, and every now and again Dexter falls into how was this last Thursday?
Oh my god.
It was epic. Yeah, so there you have it. Make some time and pass by Nigeria Gardens, and when you do, tell them that the guys of the neutral zone sent you. They might give you a drink on us. Otherwise, as we prepare to wrap up, I want to ask you guys one last question. That we're heading into a weekend that United's playing Aston Villa. I want to ask you guys for predictions, on this weekend's games, But before I ask you for your predictions, I want you to tell me something bold that you think will happen this weekend in the Premier League. Something bold, not a score, but just something like a red card. Which game will have a red card or a penalty? Let's go through the games one by one. I'll start with you, Dexter. Crystal Palace, Liverpool. Give me a score there.
Crystal Palace, Liverpool. I'll go with a 1-1 half time.
That's bold.
Half time. 1-1.
By half time?
Then second half.
Liverpool will win it. So Liverpool will win the game. What score?
2-1.
2-1 Liverpool. Okay. AJ, Southampton, Arsenal, Southampton. At the Emirates. Should be an easy win, right?
Let me go with a bold prediction, you say?
Let's hear it. Arsenal, Southampton.
Okay, no chance it's happening. I'll go with another one.
Let's hear it.
Arsenal is winning.
How many?
3-0.
Wow. Okay, Dexter. Brentford, Wolves.
Brentford. Hard game. Very hard game, but Brentford will win it.
Brentford will win it.
We'll go from there. Bold guy.
Mbomo. Okay. Leicester, Bournemouth. AJ.
Leicester, Bournemouth.
Tricky
Bournemouth.
one.
Not really.
Tricky. Leicester is home.
But Bournemouth has I'm not going to underestimate them in any way.
They've been on fire.
So, since Leicester is home, we shall go with a draw.
A draw. City, Fulham. Dexter.
City, Fulham. Which camera should I look into?
Look into this one.
Let me look into this one.
City, Fulham.
If you're betting that game, City, Fulham. Golo.
Golo. And then the final score?
Final score. Fulham.
Fulham's going to win this game.
That's a bold prediction.
That's bold. That's really, really bold. AJ, West Ham, Ipswich.
West Ham, Ipswich.
West Ham is home.
West Ham is
London.
home.
Ipswich has been having trouble defending.
Okay, I'll go with West Ham with Bowen goal, maybe.
Bowen goal. Okay, Everton, Newcastle.
Newcastle,
of course.
Of course.
Okay. Fair enough. Aston Villa, United, AJ.
Aston Villa, United.
That's a hard game.
Now this is the bold one. United is winning.
Really? That's bold. Give me a score.
They're winning 2-1.
2-1. Okay. Dexter, Chelsea, Forest.
Chelsea has been on a good run. They'll win this one.
Another Palmer, I don't know, Howler or something.
No, I think someone else will score.
Madrid,
Sanchez may come out on this game.
And the score?
Bro. Okay, and finally, Brighton, Spurs.
It's going to be a draw.
A draw. You've given quite a number of draws.
Yeah, I know, but like Spurs, Spurs winning.
They flatter to deceive. Like when they're supposed to win, they don't.
When they're supposed that performance against United, I doubt they're replicating.
So that's a draw
this time.
Okay, and so now those results have been gotten. I want to say before we wrap up, all the views expressed on this show, all the predictions that are given, do not reflect those of the management. So please, if you go and bet, and Dexter gave you a bet, and you lose your rent or your tuition, which it's up to you. Please gamble responsibly, and we recommend that you be smart about these things. Thank you for being a good sport. We hope that you enjoy the month of October. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be fantastic. And as always, make some time time and pass by Nigeria Gardens, have yourself a drink, have a meal, you know, speak to some people, and enjoy the rest of this weekend. I hope that the rest of your next week and your month will be super fantabulous. My name is B-Wall. This is AJ. That's Dexter. We are signing out and we're saying adios.